If you've been trading Forex in the last few weeks, you will be very aware of the strong trends that we've seen developing, particularly in the yen currency pairs. And of course, much of that is reflecting the reversals in risk sentiment from risk on to risk off and back again. And of course, with the volatility which we've seen, particularly in the US equity markets, this has all been mirrored within the yen pairs, and today has been no exception. And what I've got here is the New Zealand yen. We're deep into the US session, and I've got this on a 15-minute time frame, and alongside we have the currency strength indicator. And the currency strength indicator is really the starting point for any analysis, because what it does is it breaks the market down into the individual base components, the basic building blocks of the Forex world, if you like, which are the individual currencies themselves. The currency market is complex, and it's complex because a currency, a single currency, can be bought and sold in so many different ways. So what we try to do with the currency strength indicator is really unravel that to make sense of what we're seeing in terms of the individual currency, and we then look for an opposing currency to match it against and go and hunt out the trades on the charts themselves. Now, if you're looking at this video and you can see this is on a 20-minute time frame and you're wondering how have we got a 20-minute time frame, this is in fact on MT5. The currency strength indicator is now available on the MT5 platform, as well as the hugely popular MT4 platform. So as you can see down the side here, let me just pop my highlighter on for a moment, if I may. If I can find that very quickly. Let's just use the pen, the highlighter. There we go. You can see down here, we have a whole variety of time frames which are available to us on MT5, many of which are not available on MT4. And what we're going to do is just isolate off on the currency strength indicator. I'm just going to switch this back to a pointer again, which makes life a little easier. There we go. We can just isolate out the pair of particular interest. And for this example, we're looking at the New Zealand yen. So we're just going to isolate out the New Zealand yen pair. Take the Swiss franc off. There we are. And there we go. And as you can see, what we're left with is the New Zealand dollar, which is this line, the white one, and the Japanese yen, which is the magenta line, which is this one. And what the currency strength indicator shows you very visually and very graphically is precisely that. It is the strength of and weakness in a currency. And the stronger the steepness of the line, then the stronger the strength in that currency. And we can see here on this particular time frame, on a 20-minute time frame, we can see the New Zealand dollar continues to be bought. It is very strong. It's rising very strongly. And equally, that is counterbalanced by this weakness in the Japanese yen, this heavy selling of the Japanese yen. And of course, when you've got a strong currency moving in one direction and a weak currency moving in the other, that is then reflected on the chart here with this very strong trend that we've seen on the New Zealand yen. And this has been going on for several hours. It's a wonderful trend. And it's a fantastic example of the power of the currency strength indicator to reveal these to you. Now, what we're seeing at the moment, these levels here and at the bottom here, are just levels to indicate when a currency is getting into what we call an overbought or an oversold state. So when it's reaching the top here, it's moving into this area where that currency is potentially overbought. In other words, it's possibly coming up to a reversal point in this time frame. Equally at the bottom, you can see here the Japanese yen. It's not quite reached that region, but once it starts to move deeper, then it's becoming heavily oversold. And again, there is a potential opportunity for a reversal in due course. Now, currencies can stay overbought and oversold for some time, and often longer than we think. But ultimately, they do have to reverse because the Forex market is one of what we call mean reversion. In other words, currencies cannot stay overbought and oversold forever. They have to reverse. It's like a guitar string that's plucked, and ultimately it reverts back to the mean. And it's the same with the currencies here. And at some point, this strength in the New Zealand dollar will revert to weakness, perhaps in a faster time frame initially, and ultimately it will then start its journey down to the bottom once more. And equally for the Japanese yen. Once buyers move in to buy the Japanese yen, once it's down into the oversold area, or certainly in that region, then the strength of the yen will start to take that particular currency higher once more. And of course, with the indicator, you can toggle on and off at any time. There we go, they're all back on again. And each of these colors displays an individual currency, so you can either run the indicator as it is here. And as you can see, we've got the euro in orange, the British pound in yellow, the Swiss franc, Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, the Aussie dollar, and the New Zealand dollar. And at the same time, as we can see here that the Japanese yen has been falling very strongly, we can also see that the Swiss franc, this green line, has also been falling with the same speed. So again, that might be another chart to go and consider. And certainly where you see these lines crossing, for example, when the trend is in development, then those are opportunities to jump into an existing trend. Alternatively, you may wish to take an alternative position as a reversal trader, where you are waiting for the trend to start. Those are different tactics which you can employ. Depends on your attitude to risk and money management, and we'll be covering those in more detail in future videos. But I just wanted to show you this example from this evening's session. It's a wonderful example of the currency strength indicator, the power of the indicator, and how that strength and weakness is then reflected on the chart itself. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Lots more to come. Thanks for watching, and see you soon, and bye for now.